Okay, what we're going to do today is color blending using analogous colors. Analogous colors are neighbors on the color wheel. They're next to each other. We never want to blend opposite colors or colors that are far from the analogous colors. You will need your color wheel, a package of colored pencils, and a worksheet. And here's the worksheet, and I'm going to have my color wheel right here that I've made. Now you can see that when I see next door neighbors on the color wheel, I see yellow, yellow, orange, orange, and red, orange. So I'm going to go to my colored pencil packet and I'm going to pick out those colors. So I want you to shade at least 7 of the petals on this flower. So here I am picking out my colors that match the color wheel. Those are analogous colors. Now I'm going to blend them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap, layer, and use smooth, consistent pressure. So I'm going to color almost half of my flower petal with yellow. Then I'm going to go to yellow, orange, and I'm going to overlap it about halfway. So I'm going to coloring halfway over the yellow and going halfway up. Then I'm going to go the next little layer here, and then with my darkest color, I'm going to, or my most far away color, I'm going to go ahead and draw that. You want to make sure the blend is smooth and even, and it is there's no lines or perceptible changes. So you can see that I'm going to go over it about 3 times. And you can see that the yellow, I may add a little more pressure, but with the darker colors, I'll add a little less. So you can see that it's a very, very smooth from the yellow to the orange to the reddish. But you don't always have to go that one direction, the color wheel. I can also go the other direction. I'm going to try yellow, yellow, green, and green. Instead of the warm yellow, there's more of a lemony yellow, so I'm going to use that one that's more like a greenish yellow. So now I've picked 4 in a row. I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm going to color about half of the whole petal. Now I'm going to go with the next color. I'm going to color half over the yellow and a little farther along. I'm going to do the same thing with the green, and then with the blue-green, I'm going to color just the end and color partially onto the green. Now here's my second layer. I don't want any lines or rough patches between my artwork. So you can see that it fades very evenly from yellow to yellow-green to green to blue-green. Now let's pick a different one from the other side. We'll pick a violet or red violet and red. So I'm picking those 3 colors that kind of match my color wheel. I would never pick a color that's across the color wheel or skip a color when I'm using analogous colors. So here I am. Now I'm going with my red. I went with my red. Now I'm going with my violet red. It's kind of a magenta color, and then purple. And I have to use less pressure with the purple because it's a very dark color. The lighter colors you can use a little more pressure. The darker colors you use a little less pressure. So I'm overlapping and coloring very gently with my purple, so there's a nice even transition. Now I'm going to show you how it's going to work in our symmetrical name project. So you can see that I've already used analogous colors of red, orange, and yellow. I'm going to start with the red in the corner, and I'm going to add just light pressure. Then I'm going to cover it up halfway with the orange. Then I'm going to go with yellow. But I kind of forgot the yellow-orange, and you can see a line. I don't want to have that, so I'm going to color back over it. And I'm going to try to work in my yellow again. Shading to the very light and pale color of yellow is difficult, and it takes a little bit of practice and going back and forth, but you can do it. Now I'm going to pick a different analogous color blend for the eye. I'm going to do blue, blue-green, and green. I'm going to go with a green yellow, and finally I can get to my yellow. I would never go plain blue to yellow. And with that, that's how I want you to shade in the entire artwork. So when you're finished with your worksheet, just glue it into your sketchbook and you can start